a Scubberter here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something I've never done before. I'm going to see how this works. On a local social media site, not quite local, there's a tech support group, and you may see some names here. Disregard them, but we're going to play a little game. I'm going to read the problems, then I'm going to comment, and then we're going to take a look at the comments of the rest of the world. And I'm not saying I'm the best or I know everything, but I'd like to see if how I stack up, and you can comment and like and share and all that great stuff, and tell me what you think. Okay, so let's start here. My child dropped their laptop. It's an Asus VivoBook 15-inch screen, about 4 years old. The model is an X510U. The screen itself is not broken, but the display underneath is. The laptop still works. Does not seem to be damaged. What part do I need? Could I fix it myself? Here's a photo. Well, I think we all know that the problem here is the screen is broken. Maybe the front glass isn't, but the LCD panel is broken. You need a replacement screen. It's Asus 15-inch VivoBook, 80 bucks on eBay. That's Canadian. Maybe 90. I don't know. But that's just my initial guess. Let's take a look. Oh, I don't get to see the comments. Well, that's no fun. Let's see. Look on YouTube on how to disassemble, then go on eBay. Yep. 9 out of 10 times it needs to be replaced. It could be a loose ribbon. It's not a loose ribbon, unfortunately. It needs a new display. It needs a new LCD display. External monitor would be cheaper. Well, there you go. So, it's not too bad. Okay, let's see what we got here. Here's a picture. Oh, that's a battery backup. I don't know who Tireless is. Morning, everybody. Please, how can I change this UPS that has been, charge this UPS has been abandoned for a long time? If the battery is bad, it's probably a sealed lead acid battery, probably a 12-volt one. You could probably open it up and replace it inside. I'm sure there's a service manual, but I would probably start just by opening it up. There's probably a couple service screws on it. Let's take a look at what the comments say. If it's abandoned, the cells are likely completely shot, no longer useful. It's e-waste at this point. That's wrong. It's not e-waste. The battery's probably bad. The control circuitry for charging and discharging and failover is probably still viably good. You take a look at companies like UPS, APC, that's at APC, and they sell replacement batteries because they know their controllers aren't bad. They know that batteries just have a lifetime. Let you guys know that like lead acid batteries, maybe 5 years. If it's been out and in storage, you should charge them every 6 months to a year. Any longer than that, and they're going to start getting weaker and not take as much of a peak charge. Let's see, when you say abandoned, if you mean has been used for a long time, then the problem with the rechargeable batteries is if they reach true zero, then the electrons that detect the charge cycle would detect them as bad batteries. Yeah, it's a resistance. If the resistance builds up, it won't charge them. But sometimes the battery won't charge. Like back in the day, acid batteries were self-serviceable. You used to take them apart and descale them, and put more electrolyte in and recharge them. So that was something you did all the time. Now with sealed batteries, they're service-free, but now they're disposable, which isn't great. I'm just going to skip the rest of it. If any of you had read it and ever want to comment it, definitely. If the UPS has not been plugged in for ages, the battery's likely toast. It's very true, like I was saying. Check the user guide and replace the battery. Should be fine. I like what this guy has to say. Disconnect the battery, use a surge protector, recycle it that way. You could use it as a surge protector if you needed to. I feel like that underutilizes it. Let's grab another one here. Hey everyone, I've recently cloned my HDD to an SSD for better speed. 100% true. Do that anytime. Tried to install it in the new computer and can't get past the Windows login. It says incorrect. Any suggestions? Well, if you're getting the Windows login screen, it's booting up just fine. It sounds like there may be you don't know the right password. My question would be, what is the error message on the Windows login screen aside from it says incorrect? So I would assume incorrect password. you probably forgot your password. My recommendation is you do a password reset utility and, clear the password out from Windows and get in that way. Let's go to the comments. This is going to be the last one I do. It says, would you use to clone the software? Did your old HDD have a password? That's a very good question. And it wouldn't be a hard drive password. It would be a Windows password on the hard drive, or the installation of Windows. Did you change the hard drive settings from IDE to ACHI? I don't think that's the case. I'm thinking maybe you had your system set up to auto log in with a password and you changed it, but even then, that's not the case. Hey, if you have comments, definitely let me know. We'll do one more, just because I want. Hey, I got a question. Always been a Chrome user since that's what I grew up with and using in school. However, I'm not a fan of how much RAM it uses. Well, welcome to the world of modern internet. Every year, the kind of stuff that a web page can do just increases exponentially. So don't expect web browsers to use less RAM because you're giving them more features. We're towing more, we're pulling more, we're processing more. But my task manager says it's using 56% of memory, which is great. So just to speak more on that, the system is going to use as much RAM memory as it can so that it doesn't have to write to the hard drive because the RAM is much faster. I would love to see a computer with 90% RAM usage all the time, because then you know it's effectively using RAM and not writing to the slower hard drive all the time. And modern Windows 10 and 11, they have really good memory management systems. So back to what I was saying here, 56% memory and has 21 clients open. That's not bad. However, I've always used Chrome because it has several ad block extensions I use daily. Are there any other web browser or search engine options I can use that doesn't use as much RAM while still providing a good ad block? I don't think it's ad block, and I don't think it's Chrome. Taking a look at the computer there, you've got 16 gigs of RAM. It's an older Ryzen 7, but it works out well. There's other browsers you can use, but close the tabs when you're not using them. Or in Chrome, I believe there's an option to sleep tabs. So if you haven't gone to a tab in a while, it's going to go to sleep and it won't use as much memory. Those are my recommendations. Like I said, comment if you have anything else you want to say. I'm going to go to the comments here, and we'll see Firefox for the win. Of course it is. Task Manager will show you if you have more than one Chrome, Edge, Firefox open, if you only have one browser open with one tab. This is normal because each of those Chrome, Edge, Firefoxes are running separate processes. That's right. It doesn't affect how much RAM it has, but yes, you will see additional items in Task Manager. Make sure if one of those extensions or plugins or tabs stop working when your web browser altogether won't break or stop working. Nowadays, Firefox is ideal. Firefox is okay. I use a Chromium-based browser, and by Chromium, I mean that's the foundation for what Google Chrome browser is, what Edge is, and there's a whole bunch of them that use the Chromium engine with their own little twists and turns on them. I think even Opera uses the Chromium-based item. This gentleman here says Brave is a Chrome-based, so plugins will work. However, I do like profile management in Chrome now. Sometimes using Chrome again is good. Yes, Chrome lets you sync it with your Google account and across all of your different Google devices. Brave is nice because it's got a built-in ad blocker. It's also got all the new stuff like built-in AI. It's got built-in crypto wallet, things like that. How much RAM does that laptop have installed? Someone showed a picture of it. It was 16. Try using the Opera browser. Oh, it's Chromium again, like I said earlier. So there's not a lot of best things here. I would say for this person, go back to trying to sleep tabs in your Chrome settings. And also, find which ones are using the most. But at the same time, using 52% of your RAM is not a problem. Right? It's like people who are like, the fan on my computer's running. It's like, well, it does. The fan runs to keep your computer cool. The problem is when the fan stops running and the computer crashes. So the fan is there for a reason. So I appreciate everybody watching this. I don't know, is this something I should do? Should I talk about this? Should I give advice? Should I take questions from people directly? Trying new formats. And your feedback's always valuable. Now, another item that came across was people are saying that my titles and my descriptions are not the greatest for my videos. Well, if someone wants to help me write those, maybe we can find a way to kind of make it mutually beneficial. If any of you are into video editing and you want to help edit some of the stuff that I do, reach out to me. Talk to me in the comments. Definitely be interested in trying to work out something. Same thing goes for people who want to do graphics or can do intros and outros. I had thought about going to Fiverr, getting some stuff done there, but if there were people that, follow me now that want to do this, like, reach out to me. Like, I'd love to see what you can do. Send me some of the work you work on, and if it's something that aligns with me, 100% I feel like there's the way we can both benefit. So I want to thank anyone who's seen this, and I wish you all yourselves a great evening. Scott Bruder, find me at scottb.ca. I appreciate your time, and have a great evening. Bye, everybody.